So I think this is about 4 minutes into the game, Ronan, and I would just say that's not looks, that running line where you just sat there and watched is not what a Premier referee does. You've only got touch judges, you need to follow that ball and be able to make a decision on the post or on the crossbar. And even if it's pretty obvious, still going in there and rolling around just looks good. So need to pick that one up, just a small thing.
Come on!
Ooh. So at this level, Ronan, that's where I'd like to hear you actually call your advantage a bit louder so that everyone could have known then that you'd playing the advantage on the highest tackle. If you kept on playing away then, certainly Daniel and I saw your advantage signal, but the players may not have. And if you make that communication nice and loud, then everyone just knows you've got the game under control.
That ball one day will be from behind.
Yeah.
Get them off, and I'm like, it's not going to kick out.
What grade?
Women's sprint. That was a Ories game.
Oh yeah.
Their skill level is way better than the guys. I mean, I know they're a bit slow, but they do like set plays and stuff the whole time. They execute it well. Yeah.
Don't know if I picked that up, Ronan, too well, but you turned your body and looking at the camera all the way around there, whereas you do your penalty, you're inside the 22, there's always going to be maybe a chance of a quick tap. You need to be looking at the opposition straight away.
A little bit of banter.
Yeah, mate.
Catches it, breaks straight through.
For us.
Whereas you guys seem to like stand on the 10.
For us, of our conditions, one.
Yeah, that's right.
So station where I can, you're not.
I need that extra like 20 metres there to keep up with it.
Yeah, that's
Good to see you working really hard to get back to that ball, Ronan, and there's a chocolate fish for me. One chocolate fish. Good change of position to the defensive side. Careful not to turn your back on the thrower though.
Get him up, Bennett! Get him up!
then again, work it out, you know, some shorts all up. Always should be good.
Good management of defending back line, so good to see that.
Just going through the motion again. Those girls,
So I'd say be very careful of using the jockey in this situation. You're much better to be out flat, because otherwise you're just following asses into goal, so be very careful of that. So there's no way he can make it. There's no way, Ronan, you can make a decision on that ball on that right-hand side post by just standing there. You need to get ball on line.
last year, I started watching other footage and getting friends a bit of confidence boost to really make me start going. Asked a few, like, what do you say to them? What's your process? I don't say much to the, you just went to the captain in front of
Don't stand there and watch that ball, Ronan. Go start to move your body momentum back towards the end goal, just in case there was going to be a charge down or something. Be there. That's what Premier referees do. They're there. Just for that one day in a million, when it is charged down or dropped, and you're right there. Good management of the defending back line. Well done. So I think your penalty whistle can be much stronger. Differentiate yourself from another referee. Really hammer that whistle out at penalty time. Don't know how well I picked that up. Nice slow secondary signal, but get it up above your head so that all the spectators can see it on both sides of the paddock and both ends, okay? That's who your secondary signals are for. So yes, looked nice and slow, nice and controlled, but up higher, okay? Just going back to the advantage call around the black team being offside at the scrum. Never heard an advantage over call, so just be careful that you need to be a little bit consistent around that. Just an awareness thing. So just replay that, Ronan, and just see where you've moved the... I'm sure you've moved the mark back about 3 metres. So where's the original free kick? In the middle of the scrum, where the scrum mark was. So even though the Huddle Boys halfback took the tap behind the mark, if you're still... if they've chosen the free a scrum for the free kick, the mark should be back where it was originally. get into the habit at line out time of walking backwards, always watching the ball. You know, quick throw in, quick line out, but you always got your eye on it. So there's that secondary signal again, it's just above your face. I want to see that higher now because of who it's for. Just check your running line there, Ronan. See how you just stayed at the middle of the scrum and then you had to loop back around the back of the scrum to do it? If you had just come back with the ball, you could have still been checking the front row, whether they were standing up or not, but then your running line wouldn't have been directly on straight across or even on an angle straight through.
Took about a minute to get the guy. And they're all like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, and then I couldn't hold on to my whistle, so I was like,
Nicely done. I was looking to see what Ories were going to do on opposition ball, and you picked that prop definitely and accurately. Well done. Good call of advantage over, headed that clearly. Better he'll just stay there. Yeah. So I filmed that just to show, and I had just had a bet with Daniel that you would just stand there and watch, and sure enough. So for you, and from every game forward, that is no longer acceptable, okay? Amani, how are you? Yes. Serious injuries? Yep. Yeah, just do the serious injury form. Yep. That. So once again, Second one. Good to see you working hard to get back more towards the borderline, so well done. So that's the other thing, Ronan, is your penalty whistle. I want you to really now become your next game for that to be really distinctive. Everyone who knows around the paddock and the surrounds knows it's a penalty because they can tell, can hear. That penalty whistle was a bit better. You listen to being at Super 15.
Hey? Why is he in charity? You're all right now?
Yeah. Yes, at 8 o'clock we're down at the supermarket, jump starting it.
Intercepted. Oh, that's good.
What's he going to do? What's he going to do?
I'd yell at Carter. He had no attempt to get him up. I don't know, Ronan. He jumped out of the air. He stuck it over that.
So I don't know how well I picked it up, Ronan, but have a replay of it and think about should that might have been a yellow card in that one. And then once again on the quick tap, turning the wrong way. Penalty, you can slow it all down in terms of your signalling, but looking at defending players. So if you played that back, Ronan, see you ended up getting right well in front of the ball then. It's because you got really, really flat back at the ruck time. Oh, and there's my second chocolate fish for the day. With no communication to the players around it. But yeah, going back to that last ruck where that winger was coming down the sideline, if you stayed in field and a couple of metres back and just held, and then flattened out, it'll make your scanning so much easier. But you just have to play around with that.
Do you think you could communicate at the ruck to say whatever number that was, get out before the penalty?
Could have, particularly this level. either just one call, roll, 7 roll, 12 roll.
I'd usually get real close and like, get out, no. Obviously, if they do it all the time, then you don't.
Yeah. So those comments are Andrew and I talking about some active management around tackle time, where you can just maybe just tell someone to roll, or just do a roll call or a get out call. Something to think about, particularly at this level and below. It's good to see you out wide then and not on the jockey, so that was good. One, two. Yes, looked much better just for a start. Uploaded it. Yeah, I'd like to hear a louder communication when you're reiterating the message at a penalty, like that last one. High tackle, no use of arms, unacceptable, thank you, so that 30 players hear that message. So I just turned my camera off, but there you gave a nice loud explanation of number 5, you must release the ball. So that is good communication. So I'm sure that might have been my number 3 chocolate fish for the day.
I've actually offered to... Still tight.
And there's my 4th chocolate fish for the day. Good management of the black backline. Good advantage over call. Could hear it from here. Well done. Just little things that become automatic and subconscious that make you, you know, a much better referee.
Four chocolate fish.
Bed. So I'd like you to see you slow that process down even further, the sin bin process. Issue him the yellow card, watch him go. And particularly because since you're so close to the line, you watch him get right out of there and then down behind the dead ball line, and then get back into the game. Time and space for you. Take your time. And a way to sort of exemplify that in your mind is actually time off and do the process.
Sometimes I feel like a drink, but not very often.
Come on! Go, Freddie, go!
I want to see more than just that. Get inside it so you're ball in line with the post. Work harder, make it look good.